Yeah. What is up, my people? DJ Eastwood here, running back Philly. You know the drill. No frauds, no fanboys, and no intros. Wow, what a win by the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Without Joel Embiid, I didn't think that was possible. I was making jokes about it earlier today, how much of the Sixers are going to get smoked by the Memphis Grizzlies without Joel Embiid, just because, like, the supporting cast a lot of times doesn't look that good. So who if you predicted this, you're lying. You're lying. Like, for them to play like that against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are surging, who have an MVP candidate on their roster right now in Ja Morant, who was absolutely ridiculous tonight, for them to do that against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are the third seed in the West, that was seriously impressive, man. I am absolutely blown away. Of course, you know, we were up by 15 in the first half. We blew that lead pretty quickly, and then it went down to the wire. It went back and forth, man. I think the main story for me is Tyrese Maxey. I mean, the dude was a stone-cold killer tonight. I was so impressed by his confidence. I was impressed by him taking the ball and saying, this is my team right now. This is my team right now. You know what I mean? Tyrese Maxey was not the second option on the team tonight. He wasn't Tobias Harris's sidekick. He wasn't number 2 to Tobias Harris tonight. Tyrese Maxey was the man tonight on this basketball team. And in that fourth quarter, when Ja Morant was getting everything he wanted, in the third, in the fourth, just getting in the paint, finishing over anybody he wanted to finish over because the guy can jump out of the building, it felt like every single time Ja Morant got a tough bucket, Tyrese Maxey came right back down on the other end and got a tough bucket for us. The back and forth was a lot of fun to watch, the Tyrese Maxey and Ja Morant thing. And listen, man, like, I know Tyrese Maxey is obviously not on a Ja Morant's level right now as far as, you know, an MVP candidate type of player. But tonight, Tyrese Maxey showed us what he could possibly be in the future. And that's incredible. He was on Ja Morant's level tonight. I mean, he finished the game with 33 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, a career-high 4 blocks. What? A career-high 4 blocks? I mean, the kid was out of control. The kid was absolutely amazing. I loved every second of it. He put the team on his back, man. He really did. Tyrese Maxey, the game ball goes to you. They interviewed him after the game. He had good things to say about the team, about his teammates, about how they played tonight and upset the Memphis Grizzlies. But, man, just what a performance by Tyrese Maxey. I'm stuck on it. I can't get over it. I don't know what else to say about him. He's incredible. He just some of those up and under reverse layups that he was putting in. Sometimes, you know, driving to the rim over Steven Adams. I feel like this kid can finish over any center in the league. Like, he really uses his body, gets the ball, like, way to the outside, goes high off the glass. It's so hard to stop. I do think, like, we had an issue at certain points in the game where we went away from Maxey and we went away from the Maxey pick and roll. The Maxey pick and roll was so hard for Memphis to stop tonight, and there was times where we went away from it, where I saw a lot of Tobias Harris ISO ball, and shout out to Tobias Harris for breaking 30 points, stepping up to the plate without Joel Embiid. Shout out to Tobias Harris for being that guy. That's what he's supposed to do when Joel Embiid is out. That's that $180 million player, Tobias Harris. I mean, he's still, you know, that contract is what it is. I don't want to talk about it forever, but Tobias Harris stepped up, gives us 31 points. Big shots down the stretch, big shots throughout the whole game. I think Tobias Harris looks a little more spry lately than he has looked. They showed the stats on the screen about the most improved field goal percentage in the NBA. He's on that list in January. His field goal percentage is up 10 points. His field goal percentage is up 10 points in the month of January compared to the rest of the season. So Tobias Harris is coming back around. What can I say? Booing works, you know. It's just what happens in Philly. Sometimes you get booed when you stink up the joint. Tobias Harris was getting booed, and now Tobias Harris is out here giving us, you know, he's had 3 or 4 consistent games now where he's given us like 25, 24. I think he had 2 30-point games in the last 3. I'm pretty sure 2 games ago he broke 30 points. So you know what I mean? I was impressed with what Tobias Harris was doing out there too. There was a lot of ISO ball in that fourth quarter. I was screaming, where the hell's Maxey? Why are we not running this Maxey pick and roll? Why are we standing around the perimeter? But overall, man, a game is ups and downs. A game is a game of runs. And, you know, we were good. We were bad at times. But hard-fought win, man. It was amazing. I loved every second of it. It sucks that it went to overtime because it's not good for my anxiety, but that was a lot of fun to watch, man. That was a lot of fun to watch. The end of the game was insane. Like, okay, you're down what? You're down 2. Ja Morant gets a layup over Andre Drummond. The officials give him an and one, which is absolutely ridiculous in that situation of a basketball game. Yo, Daniel Hill, thanks for supporting the channel, man. We are currently half a game out of first place. It's crazy right now. It really is. It's crazy. But for the officials to give Ja Morant an and one call with 17 seconds on the clock in a 1-point game, like, NBA officials don't make that call. That has to be an egregious, like, obvious, very physical foul for you to make that call. I couldn't believe some of the calls they were giving Ja Morant towards the end of that game. They were really, really, really trying to hand Memphis that game. I'm convinced of it. I really am. I know it's a nice story. He's a second-year player, and he's a MVP candidate, and it's a nice story, and they want, you know, Ja Morant wins the game, Ja Morant saves the day, Ja Morant, like, they really tried. They were giving him James Harden-esque touch fouls towards the end of that game, and it was ridiculous. And then down on the other end, 17 seconds left, Seth Curry flies all the way down the court, got fouled about 14 times on his way down there with Ja with his arm on his hip, pushing him, whatever else, then gets body checked out of bounds on a jump shot. No call. So game's tied. We go into overtime. Doc Rivers gets a technical foul, so they start overtime with a free throw. I mean, it was ridiculous. But the end of the game, you know, Ja Morant's amazing, but he shot the ball. I didn't look at his stats yet, but he shot the ball terribly in this game. I don't even have to look at the stats to know that. He was 0 for 5 from 3. The dude absolutely could not buy a three-pointer. And I really think the turning point in the game was when we started going under the ball screens for Ja Morant instead of going over the ball screens. In the third quarter, we were going over the ball screens. He was getting in the lane whenever he wanted to, and he was finishing over everybody. And the dude's unbelievable at finishing around the rim. We finally start going under the screens. Kind of played him on that Ben Simmons type of defense, you know. Let him stand out there. Let him shoot it. He went 0 for 5 from 3. He shoots 36% from the three-point line. Not a great three-point shooter, and he wasn't a threat to shoot in this game. So we started going under the screens. We let him stand out there. We started playing some Ben Simmons type of defense. Hey, go ahead and shoot it. And he stopped shooting it. He was passing up shots. He was getting the ball to his other guys, and Desmond Bane cooked us. I think that's a career high for him. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do here in Philly. We players get career highs against us. That's what we do. But I thought that was really the turning point of when we started going under the screens on Ja Morant and literally letting him stand out there, letting him shoot it or letting him decide to shoot it or pass it up or whatever else. But the end of the game, he comes back around. He starts getting in the lane again, finishing all these buckets. And like I said, Tyrese Maxey was coming right down on the other end, answering every single one, man. It was incredible. We get to overtime. I thought we lost the game. I thought it was over. We were down by 5. We were down by 5 in overtime at one point with not a whole lot of time left. And I was like, that's it. You know, we fought hard. We went to overtime with the Memphis Grizzlies, and we lost in overtime. Like, that's what I thought would happen. Then we make this little comeback towards the end, man, and like Matisse playing defense on Ja was incredible most of the night. I mean, he had 36 points, but the biggest moments for me was the very end of the game where Matisse was sticking him one-on-one again, and he got in the lane again. They called a really bad foul on George Niang. You know, they really tried, but it wasn't enough for the Memphis Grizzlies, man. Tyrese Maxey comes down the other end, gets us a bucket, puts us up 1. Who else but Tyrese Maxey? And we pull it off, man. The final play, listen, Danny Green played great defense on Ja Morant. That was Danny Green on Ja Morant on the final possession. He didn't give up. He didn't let him get behind him. He didn't get beat. He had to throw up a tough shot, and then he kicked it out to Jaren Jackson Jr., I think, for a three. Missed the three. Matisse gets the board, chucks it into the backcourt, and Tyrese Maxey finishes the layup to win the game, to give himself 31 points also. So nice job by Matisse. Nice job by Matisse getting a defensive rebound there. Nice job by Tyrese Maxey getting that bucket. Give himself 31 points to end the game, man. Incredible game. I don't know what else to say. It was incredible. You guys tell me. You tell me in the chat, man. I'm going to go through all the notes that I took on this game. You can call the show right there's the number 717-297-6748. You want to give me your thoughts on what you just watched, that crazy overtime thriller versus the Memphis Grizzlies. As I'm trying to get my phone to connect, there it is. There it is. The phone line's open. You can give me your thoughts. I thought we started out the game with a lot of energy. I thought we were playing team basketball. We were moving the ball around. We were playing with a different level of energy. It seemed like, playing without Joel Embiid, it's like, what you got to do. Okay, we need to share the ball more. We need to rotate around the perimeter. We need to swing the ball around the perimeter. And we were doing that in the first quarter. We had a 15-point lead in the first half. Tobias Harris had, I think, 7 points in the first quarter. Tyrese Maxey was getting buckets in the first quarter. I mean, we really looked like we were totally outshining the Memphis Grizzlies from the jump. Tobias had 7 in the first. Maxey had 11 in the first. He was doing everything, man, up and under finishes, hitting threes from the top of the key. You name it, man. He was doing everything. But what else, man? Matisse was playing defense on Ja in the first half, and then he took him off of Ja at certain points in the game, I guess, because you don't want the guy to wear himself out trying to guard him the entire game. I guess he got 36 points no matter what. It just doesn't matter. He's going to get by everybody. The dude's incredible. Andre Drummond controlling the rebounds from the jump. This dude finished with 24 rebounds. Insane. Andre Drummond, 20-plus rebounds, just insane. The way he moves for his size is crazy. His hands are a magnet to the ball, man. Andre Drummond had a great game as far as rebounding goes. I see you guys in the chat, man. 236 people in here. Please hit the like button on the stream. That would be greatly appreciated. We had 18 first half assists. What else, man? Isaiah Joe comes in the game in the first half because we're playing without Korkmaz. I didn't know RB was going live. I should have contacted him, man. We should have went live together, but it's all good. It is what it is. Isaiah Joe comes in the game because we're playing without Korkmaz. And listen, man, I've been saying it for how freaking long, dude? How long have I been saying it? Isaiah Joe is better than Furkan Korkmaz. Isaiah Joe's a better ball handler, a better shooter, and a better defender than Furkan Korkmaz. Isaiah Joe comes in the game. He was in the game for 4 minutes and had 8 points, 2 4-point plays. I mean, that was good for Isaiah Joe's confidence. That was fun to watch, and I really hope he somehow becomes part of the rotation moving forward. And figure out how you can play Joe and Korkmaz maybe. But, when Joe's cold or when Korkmaz is cold, man, get one of them off the floor. You know what I mean? Isaiah Joe should be a rotation piece on this team. I really think he should. If Furkan Korkmaz is a main rotation piece on this team, Isaiah Joe should be a main rotation piece on this team. I really think that. Charles Bassey got some time in this game, obviously, because, we're playing without Embiid. So Charles Bassey comes in as a backup center. I thought he looked good. I think he plays hard defense. I think he's a good rebounder. I don't really know if he even got any shots up. But, I was happy. It was nice to see Charles Bassey. I like the kid, man. I think he has a lot of skill. He was 1 for 3. I think he had a putback. But Charles Bassey gave you 9 minutes. Where are my stats at here? Niang did his thing. 14 points. Hit a big 3 in the second half in the fourth quarter. 2 for 4 from 3 was George Niang. Danny Green was 2 for 5. Seth Curry, man. Seth Curry had a rough night. Seth Curry was 0 for at one point. Seth Curry was 0 for, trying to move this thing over here. Seth Curry was 0 for 7 at one point, or 0 for 8 before he got his first bucket. He gets his first bucket, his first three-pointer in the fourth quarter. He finishes the game 4 for 15, 1 for 8. But, man, some of those shots that he did make, man, those were some big-time shots, to put us ahead at times. I would have loved for him to hit that potential game winner down there, that little fadeaway after driving all the way down the floor. That would have been nice for him to start out cold and have the game, like a buzzer beater right there. But it just didn't fall. He did get fouled, but they didn't give him the foul call, of course. Why would they give him the foul call, man? Why would they give the Sixers a foul call in that situation? Why would they? So we're up by 15, right? And we go on a field goal drought in the second quarter because that's what we do. That's what the Sixers do. They go on this field goal drought, and I just notice the energy. You feel the energy start to die off a little bit. You feel the offense not really doing much. You get that Tobias Harris lineup with the bench, like Tobias with the bench lineup. I don't know if I really like that lineup a whole lot. There's not really a guard on the floor that can create. A whole lot of Tobias Harris ISO going on. They went on a 20-7 run in the second quarter, and Doc Rivers didn't call a timeout. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but, that 15-point lead goes all the way down to 5 points at the end of the first half. Then we come out in the third quarter, and Desmond Bane scores 5 points in 30 seconds. So they start making a run right off the bat in the third quarter, and I thought we were cooked. I thought, listen, we put up a good fight, but that's it. They surprised me. They never gave up. They kept fighting. Tyrese Maxey going back and forth with Ja Morant was fun to watch, and it makes me feel good for what kind of player he could become in the future. You know what I mean? What else? I think I really covered everything, man. Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle makes an ISO bucket in crunch time. Matisse Thybulle, of all players. How many times have I said that Matisse Thybulle is an incredible athlete, but he has no basketball skills? I was blown away. Matisse Thybulle actually dribbled the ball and put up a shot high off the glass in an NBA game in an important moment. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. So shout out to Matisse Thybulle, not just for playing hard defense the whole night, but shout out to him for that big time shot that he made there in the fourth quarter, because that was impressive for Matisse Thybulle. Finished the game with 5 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I felt like he had more than one block, man, to be honest with you. He had a block on Ja Morant in the first half that was nice. Crew seat, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. Ben will pass that open dunk layup, but not Maxey. Ben would have passed it up, man. Ben would have passed it up. That's funny because I tweeted during the game. I was like, because I was watching Ja Morant struggle when we started to go under the screens, but I was saying to myself, at least he doesn't want to shoot it because he can't buy a bucket right now, but at least he will shoot it. You know what I'm saying? At least he will shoot it. And then the thought entered my head. All Ben Simmons ever had to do was shoot open jump shots, bro. That's all he ever had to do. It's ridiculous. All he ever had to do is shoot open shots. And Ja was 0 for 5 in this game, but at least he's willing to shoot it when the defense goes under and stands back and says, hey, shoot the ball. You know what I mean? That's all Ben had to do, man. Yeah, this is incredible. We're half a game out of let's check the standings here. Let me get the standings up on the screen here for you, man. Look, we're half a game out of first place. Chicago, Miami, Philadelphia. Who would have thought we would be here right now? Like, who would have thought we would be sitting here in third in the Eastern Conference right now, a half a game out of first place with some of the ups and downs that we've gone through this season? Who would have thought, man? Like, seriously, who would have thought? And who would have thought we could have beat the Memphis Grizzlies like that without Joel Embiid? I think I would like to see Tyrese Maxey with this level of aggression on the offensive side of the ball with Joel Embiid in the game. Like somehow, some way, obviously he's not going to get that many shots up. He's probably not going to finish games with 33 or whatever. But in games where teams are playing good defense against Joel Embiid, where teams are running a zone or something and doubling and tripling, like it would be nice. It would be nice to see, Tyrese Maxey with this level of like dog mentality in him, attacking the rim and everything, to maybe have some big 30-plus point games to support Joel Embiid, when he has those struggles against good defensive teams. So it gives me hope moving forward. Who knows, man? You know what I mean? I'm pretty high on this team right now. I'm pretty low on this team a lot. I'm pretty low on this supporting cast a lot, but they showed me something tonight, man. Alan Ayub, thank you for supporting the channel. So happy with the win, bro, but I thought Drummond lost us the game when he fumbled that open layup at the end of regulation. Love from Australia. Hey, shout out to Australia, man. Sorry about Ben Simmons. Sorry he embarrassed your entire country like he did. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Andre Drummond, he dropped that wide open layup. Yeah, it was a pass from I think Tobias Harris, right? Cutting right to the rim, totally wide open, and just dropped it. But I mean, it's Andre Drummond, man. You know what I mean? Could you really be mad at Andre Drummond? Like nobody sees Andre Drummond fumble a basketball and is like, oh, Andre lost us the game. You know what I mean? It's Andre Drummond, bro. He has brick hands. He's a great rebounder. You can't do much else. You don't really expect him to be a playmaker. I forgot about that play, but listen, man, the dude finished with 20-some rebounds. He's insane, man. Kyle Wright, thanks for supporting the channel, man. If you try to type a message right there, try to type it again, man. Got a caller on the line. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
What's up, brother? Great win tonight.
What's up, man?
Great win. Very happy with the way the team came out and played tonight. I thought they were going to get blown out when we got the word that Joel wasn't going to play.
Yeah, I thought.
So very happy with the way that they came out. Super impressed by Maxey. Really impressed by Tobias tonight. Glad he had a good game. Did you notice at the end of the game, I thought there was going to be two things that were going to go against us. I thought there was going to be a foul call on Danny Green for the corner three, because it kind of looks like he hit the guy on his wrist at the end of the
that last shot.
Yeah, and I also wanted to kill Curry because he ran out on the court before Maxey made that last layup. If the ref sees that, that's a technical foul for having 6 men on the court.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't see him run on the floor. That would have been crazy, though, if they would have called one of those.
Go back and rewatch it. There's like 2 seconds left on the clock. Curry's running out on the floor, celebrating.
That would have been crazy if they would have called. The arena would have went nuts.
I was glad that Doc technical foul didn't count towards the end of regulation.
Oh, that would have been crazy if they would have done that.
Could you imagine that the
Sixers lose on a technical foul? That would have been crazy. I didn't even think of the possibility of that.
What do you think Doc would have said at the post-game press conference if he would have lost the team the game with a technical foul?
I think he would have been pretty upset.
Yeah,
I think he would have said something about it.
I wonder if somebody would have said, "Hey, has Greg Popovich ever done that?"
That would be funny. He wouldn't be happy about that. That's for sure. I think it's stupid they gave him a technical foul in the first place because he had a right to be mad. Like, it's not that it was like an egregious foul, but you're calling touch fouls on the other end in crunch time. You're giving Ja Morant literally like the James Harden treatment of 2017, and then our guy gets bumped out of bounds on the final shot. We don't get anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the officiating was very bad tonight. It really was.
It absolutely was.
It wasn't me or I was a little frustrated with Matisse. Matisse had, with Thibault. Thibault, his defense is really good. He makes some spectacular plays. But you know what? He often gets blown right by. Morant was blown right by him.
He was.
That's why he was getting all these 3-point plays, because he was getting right over to Andre Drummond and making the bucket.
He was going right around him a lot, but I mean, I just think that's just what the guy does. Like
how great he is. Yeah.
I think Matisse was trying really hard not to foul, or not to have blocking fouls and stuff sliding. But I don't know. I mean, but yeah, he was getting past pretty much everybody with ease. I agree with you on that. I thought Danny Green had a good possession against him that final, like down the stretch there.
Absolutely. What would you think about if Danny Green went to the starting lineup right now? because I don't know if I have the utmost confidence in Curry right now. He was up until the fourth quarter. He was.
Yeah,
awful.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think who usually starts? Like, is it Korkmaz? Is Korkmaz there, or is it Matisse Thybulle? Is it
Korkmaz has got to find his way permanently to the bench because we played a hell of a lot better when he didn't get on the floor.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Korkmaz is usually like a minus 15, minus 20 at the end of the game. I don't know if we had anybody that was a minus player than that. Well, at least not to that
I don't know,
extent.
But hey, man, thanks for calling, buddy. I'm going to get to some other callers.
All right, brother. Have a good show.
Thank you, man. Later. Yeah, I mean, John Morant was blowing by everybody. That's just what he does, right? I mean, can you really be mad at Matisse for it? Well, that's an actual phone call from a spam number, so I'm not answering that. I just think he was trying not to get fouls called. He knew how the refs were officiating the game towards the end. He was trying to slide his feet, trying to stay in front of him. But at the end of the day, John Morant's, just going to blow by you. I think that one final possession, it wasn't the one where he kicked it out for 3 for the game winner in overtime, but I think it was one before overtime maybe, where Danny Green was on Ja and just kind of stuck him, and he couldn't get around him, and he made him put up a bad fadeaway floater, and we got the rebound, and so Danny Green came up big defensively for the Sixers on Ja Morant. I mean, the guy had 36 points. Desmond Bane had 34, but they didn't get enough from everybody else to get the dub. Mina number 9, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for coming through. 281 people in here. Please hit the like button on the stream. That would be greatly appreciated. We'll go read some Twitter reactions, man. Keep leaving comments in the chat. Ask questions, whatever you want to do. I'll read comments. I'll answer phone calls. Alec B, call back, man. Call back if you want to. You left a voicemail? All right. Voicemail received 1 minute ago. Can I play this on live? Here we go. Did you say something crazy? Should I play the voicemail? Oh, here's a caller. Caller on the line. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Man, just giving you a call here, man. That fucking game was crazy.
It was crazy.
That game was insane, man. But I want to get your opinion on something. So one thing I realized, kind of going back to what you were saying about Maxey, right? It's like every time he's in the game with Embiid and everybody, it seems like he takes a back seat on offense.
Yeah.
And I think this is why they really need to, when they do trade Ben Simmons, they need to get a true point guard, because I think Maxey should come off the bench. And the only reason is not saying he's not incredibly talented or whatever it may be, but the second unit needs a playmaker. And it's kind of like the same. You look back Lou Williams, right? Lou Williams used to ball the fuck out. Every year he was 6 man, he used to come off the bench, drop 25, 26 a game. Mm-hmm. And we don't have that. You know what I mean? We don't have that. Maxey can be that. And I think one of the big reasons is because of that starting lineup you got, Embiid, then you got Toby, and then you got Curry. That's really 1, 2, 3. So he's taking the fourth option on offense a lot of times. And then also Embiid down low. Maxey's strong point is driving. It's not outside shooting. It's not, he's good in the lane. That's where he shines at, is when he has an open lane, he's got space, and he can drive and do some things special down there. So I don't know what your thought is on that, but getting Maxey, have him come off the bench, of course, at the end of games, have him playing with the starters or whatever it may be. But maybe the first half, first 3 quarters, being that playmaker, being that main scoring option with the second team. And that way, he can actually use his skills, because I feel a lot of times it feels like watching games. Sometimes he's non-existent when he plays with the starters.
Yeah, all right, man. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna answer your question. All right, man. Thanks for the call.
Oh, my bad, dog.
No,
all right,
cool,
got you, dog.
I used to say that. I used to say Tyrese Maxey, should come off the bench. I used to say that, he'd be a nice spark off the bench. It depends what you would get in the Ben Simmons trade, I think. You know what I mean? Like if obviously if you're getting a star point guard, if you end up, somehow with James Harden, if you end up somehow with what the hell is his name, man, out in Portland, Damian Lillard, then yeah, I would bring Maxey off the bench in that circumstance because, you have a star point guard, and then you could bring Maxey off the bench and he could just be free to run the second unit, and then you'd have a seriously deep team with a serious weapon coming off the bench who can score in the NBA at a high level. But if you don't get one of those guys, if you don't get a superstar point guard in this Ben Simmons trade package deal thing, Tyrese Maxey just showed us that, listen, he can score. Again, like the thing that he's battled the whole season is like Doc Rivers handcuffing him. That's what my guy Romp says all the time. Doc Rivers handcuffing him. Doc Rivers basically telling him to be more of a facilitator instead of just letting him be what he is. Now, there was a pick and roll in this game, which I still don't think I see enough. I still don't think I see enough pick and rolls with Tyrese Maxey just in general because he's impossible to stop around a screen. Like he's hard to stop one-on-one, but you get him around a screen, he pulled up a mid-range shot. He had a fadeaway on the baseline that reminded me, I'm glad I just remembered to say this. There, you said it, Blue City. You said it right when I thought of it, damn it. Where is it? There it is. You said it right when I thought of it. He had a fadeaway jumper on the baseline that reminded me of Allen Iverson. And now he's getting to a level of, like, I feel like in last year and the beginning of this season, he was just drive to the rim floater. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like he was just drive to the rim floater. It seemed like it was his only weapon. Now he's shooting 40% from the three-point line. Can you believe that? And then he's adding this mid-range to his game where you stop me or you block the rim or you got two people under the rim or whatever. I can I can stop on a dime and shoot a fadeaway jumper on the baseline. That's a three-level scorer. That's a three-point range, mid-range, and he's almost impossible to stop going to the rim. I mean, the dude's finishing straight over Steven Adams, who's one of the biggest, strongest dudes in the league. For him to come out here and drop 33, this is backwards, actually. He had 8 assists, didn't he? Or did he have? I got to go back to the stats. I thought he had 33 and 8 assists. But yeah, I mean, he's developing at a very fast pace. And he's just adding so many things to his game. And I think now that I thought about it, that's the main thing that stands out to me about Tyrese Maxey in this game is that when he didn't have a line to the basket or when they backed up real quick to try to stop him from getting to the rim, he would just shoot the mid-range jump shot. Or shot a floater from the foul line. He shot a floater from the foul line. So he's just adding so many things to his game, man. And he's 21 years old. Who knows where this kid could take his game to, man? Like, seriously. The sky is the limit for this kid, man. It's wild. Speaking of Tobias Harris, back-to-back, 2 players with 30 points. Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey dropped 30 bombs en route to victory over the Grizzlies. People were telling me that Tobias Harris was sick Tobias Harris was injured. Like this whole time that he's been struggling, he's had this like shoulder tendonitis, right? So was that affecting his shot, halfway through this season? And now people are telling me he's just finally healthy. That's why he's playing so much better. I don't know what it is. I think he just stopped letting the criticism get to him. He stopped caring if the fans boo when he makes a bad turnover or blows a wide open layup or whatever else. You know what I mean? I think he stopped caring about that. He started working harder. He started putting his head down and just hustling. And that's what you're seeing from him. I think there was still a lot of ISOs in this game that I don't care to see. I don't want to see Tobias Harris on the perimeter, ISO ball. He can't beat anybody off the dribble, but he gets to his little mid-range. He makes one move and does his little floater in the lane, He was doing his thing tonight, and I think he was decisive. And I think that's always the thing with Tobias Harris. He has to be decisive. He has to get the ball, make a move, and go instead of stand there, try to do some dribbling, try to do some ISO ball. So, shout out to Tobias Harris, man. What was it, last year? Last year was Doc Rivers' first year with the Sixers, right? I don't even remember. But I thought Doc Rivers revitalized Tobias Harris last year, and he had a great season, and he was a fringe all-star. He got robbed. Julius Randle got the all-star vote over him. I think I'm thinking about the right season, man. I don't know. Time keeps just flying by. But then this season, it's like, what the hell happened to Tobias? He's terrible. So maybe he's getting back to his play, his higher level of play. And that's good for us. And maybe it was an injury. Maybe it was a shoulder tendonitis or whatever else. So I don't know. DJ, who should be untouchable in a Ben Simmons trade? Oh, man, this is just tough, dude. This is just tough. This is so tough for me. 304 people in here, man. Y'all the realest. Thanks for being in the stream. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. I've said a lot of times that for the right player, I would trade Tyrese Maxey in the Ben Simmons package. I've said that a lot of times because if it's right now, if it's James Harden right now, you're a championship level team favorite, okay? That's the only reason I say that, because if you get James Harden for 3 years, you're making a championship run for 3 years. But then I see games like this, and I say to myself, hell no, I'm never trading this kid. I see games like this, and I say, I am never trading this kid. This kid is 21 years old. Was just out there with it, going back and forth with an MVP candidate. Let me repeat that. This kid is 21 years old. He was just on the floor going back and forth with an MVP candidate in Ja Morant. He beat the number 3 team in the West without his superstar, Joel Embiid, and he put up 33 points. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I thought it was 8 assists. Now I want to check it. Yeah, this is backwards. He had 33 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. I think Tyrese Maxey's untouchable. I said it. I said it. I think Tyrese Maxey's untouchable. I do think that. I think he's untouchable. Matisse Thybulle's not untouchable. I know there's people that still think, Matisse Thybulle's untouchable or something like that. Not for the right player. But, man, I do not want to trade Tyrese Maxey. And last year when the whole Ben Simmons trade rumors were going down with the James Harden thing and Daryl Morey, and they reportedly asked for Tyrese Maxey as part of the package, and Daryl said no. I was happy then that he said no, and I think he's untouchable right now. I really do. I think his main issue this season, not that he's had an issue, he's been amazing. His development has been amazing, but I think the main thing that he battles, like I said before, is what Doc Rivers said to him at the beginning of the season, trying to make him a Rajon Rondo facilitator. Telling him any shot that you take is a shot that Danny Green could have, is a shot that Tobias Harris could have. Doc Rivers said that to him. And then you could see it in his game. You could see him hesitating and just trying to be more of a facilitator from the top of the key and, going around the screen and passing the ball right away and not really looking at the rim and attacking like he was doing tonight. I think maybe he finally said Rich Paul probably tells him all the time, don't listen to Doc Rivers. Do your thing. Maybe his family members, friends, everybody's probably like, yo, do your thing, man. Don't listen to Doc. Do your thing. I think finally he maybe Doc is giving him more reins right now. Maybe Doc's telling him, hey, we don't have Embiid. You need to attack. You need to be on attack mode all night. So maybe Doc's telling him that now. Maybe Doc's accepting the fact that he's wrong. This is not Rajon Rondo. This is a scoring guard. This is a bucket getter. Just an incredible game by Tyrese Maxey, man. What the hell? What a game. Daniel, thanks for supporting the channel, man. Ben for Halliburton and Hield or Barnes, please. I'm not too big on Buddy Hield. Like, I'm just not. I just don't think he's. I really don't think he's that special. He was 1 for 11 against us, I think, when we played them the other night, and he was 0 for 7 from 3. The Kings should trade Halliburton, but someone in the chat right now is saying the Kings aren't trading Halliburton. I don't know what the Kings are going to do. The Kings are a terrible franchise. They're unpredictable. You never know what they're going to do. They haven't done smart things in the past. They might do something stupid now. But yeah, I mean, Halliburton's a 40% three-point shooter. He was absolutely lights out against us in the fourth quarter in that game when we went down to the wire with the Kings. I think Halliburton's probably more of a facilitator than Tyrese Maxey, but games like this, though, listen, Maxey's last couple of games, I think in the Kings game he had 10 assists again. His assist numbers have been coming up because there's more pick and roll, and he's getting in the lane more and kicking out or throwing lobs to Andre Drummond or whoever else. 25 assists in the last 3 games. Rob, thank you for that. So, it's getting to the point where I used to say he's just a bucket. You got to get a point guard to play next to him, or you got to get more of a facilitator to play him at the 2 maybe. But the last couple of games, Tyrese Maxey's shutting me up as far as me saying he's not a facilitator or me saying he needs to develop more or whatever else. He's dropping dimes right now. And there was a pick and roll in the first half of this game where Andre rolled and Tyrese, he used to just shoot a quick floater, He was more patient this time, and on that specific play, he took an extra dribble and an extra step, which made the center come at him, and then he threw the lob. So he baited the center and threw the lob. So I really think he's learning how to run a pick and roll and how to be more of a facilitator in the pick and roll. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
What's up, Eastwood?
What's up, man?
Ain't too much, man. I got a quick question, kind of shift gears just a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't. I watch a lot of Philly. I'm here in South Carolina, right? So I watch a lot of Philly podcasts and talk about the Sixers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How much ownership how much responsibility we put on ownership for the foolishness we're in right now, man? I feel like the ownership is, pretty much trash for the most part. Trade away Bridges.
Oh yeah.
Just certain things. Not knowing Ben is not the guy soon enough. And then give him the contract, and then now look where we at. We're stuck with someone, and even with Daryl, do you think it's all on Daryl, or do you still think it's ownership holding on to Ben?
It might be. Yeah, it might. Yeah. It might be ownership holding on. Some other people have said that, like Daryl can't do anything because Josh Harris is telling him not to trade him or something like that. That could be because in the past there's been plenty of rumors of Josh Harris making decisions, or Scott O'Neal was one of the guys apparently that wanted Zaire Smith and basically told Brett Brown to trade Mikal Bridges, and then Scott O'Neal got bought out and left. Their ownership is a mess. They don't know what they're doing, and they think they do. So it could be. It really could be that.
Right. I mean, that's all I had, man. I'm a Tampa Bay fan, so I look at things from a from a top to bottom type of aspect. You know what I mean? Like I look at the Heat and how they run their operations down there, man. I'm like, okay, this thing's flawless. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then when I apply that to the Sixers, I'm like, man, in a tough spot. So, man,
thanks for the call, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, man, later. Rapid fire. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Not normally. Yo.
Can you turn your volume off in the background, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on,
bro? I'm chilling, man. Hey, listen, congratulations, man, on the channel, man. I see you doing your thing, man. Big ups, congratulations.
Thank you. You still there? Yo. I don't know what happened. Said congratulations, and then you went away. What is going on here? DJ Eastwood running the phones. I don't have it's not very professional setup. What's going on, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, bro. Hey, look, I couldn't believe this game, man. It was incredible, but I just want to say I'm so impressed with Tobias Harris lately. I just saw after his last 7 games, he's getting 23 points a game on 56% from the field and 52% from 3 and 89% from the line. Like you said earlier, it might be because he was hurt earlier in the year. I think it's more of a confidence thing. Like, I think he's just got it going right now, and he's tuning the fans out when they're criticizing him. I think he's being a lot more mature of a player, and I really like to see that out of him.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. Yeah, he's not letting the noise get to him, and he's like manning up. He's bucking up and getting it done. I agree.
No, I love to see it, and just the way Andre played tonight, getting 23 boards, 16 points, and 5 assists was even more impressive to me. I just love seeing this team play against a fierce competitor, interconference team out west, even without your MVP, and you're still even just getting them down to the wire, much less winning the game.
Yeah, Andre was an animal, man. Andre was an animal. That's a huge win, man. It's hard to even say that this team could upset some teams, man. Even if a Ben Simmons trade doesn't happen, maybe Tyrese Maxey steps up and we upset a team in the playoffs.
No, I agree with you. I mean, even just the role players that you could add in the free agency or wait for a couple guys to be bought out, just maybe add 1 or 2 more small pieces. Like you said, even if a big trade doesn't happen, I like where this team is going. I think they're getting some confidence. They're getting hot at the right time, and now look at us. We're a half game out of first.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for the call, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night, man. Later. Oh, yeah. Sixers beat the Memphis Grizzlies on the back of Tyrese Maxey's 33 and 8 assists and Tobias Harris 31. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly. Yo.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to let everyone know the reason why Embiid's such a fucking beast is because he has a huge black dick.
Hey, man, it's a family show. All right? Why you got to call the show and say something like that, man? It's ridiculous. Also, YouTube demonetizes channels when you say things like that. So if you just cost me some money, I might have to find you and smack you, to be quite honest with you. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I really got to get a screening system, man. I really got to get a screening system because what the hell? Yeah. Let's go look at some Twitter reactions. Sixers Nation. Well, we got notifications here. We got notifications from NBA Memes, NBC Sports Philadelphia. This was a heck of a move in the fourth quarter by Tyrese Maxey. That's the up and under. Oh, my goodness. Look at the up and under reverse lay-in with the English off the glass, man. What a player, man. What a player. Steph Curry, who cares? Keith Pompey. Sixers are on a thrilling 122-119 overtime victory over Ja Morant-led Grizzlies, even without Joel Embiid. I can't make it bigger. I'll get copyright issues. All right, man. I'll read some comments, answer some questions, have some conversations with you guys in the chat before I get up out of here. What you got for me in the chat, man? What you got for me? Man, I can't believe he called and said that, man. What the hell? Just ridiculous, man. Thoughts on Ja Morant, man? Ja Morant's ridiculous, man. One of the most athletic people I've ever seen. Even Matisse Thybulle couldn't stop him from the perimeter. He gets past anybody he wants to get past. And he gets in the lane, man, and he just jumps out of the building. The lob that they threw to him on the fast break, and he caught it with his left hand and almost hit his head on the rim. The dude is insane. And, he uses that athleticism to his advantage, whereas there's not even really a path to the basket. You know what I mean? He just sees a defender, whether it's Andre Drummond or somebody else, and he just basically says to himself, I'm going to jump over you. I don't have to make a fancy move. I'm just going to jump higher than you can jump, and I'm going to finish this play. And that's what he does. He just drives in a lane, and he jumps higher than everybody and lays it in. He's incredible, man. He's incredible. That was a lot of fun to watch, man. I had a lot of fun watching Ja Morant. I had a lot of fun watching Desmond Bane and those guys. And I had a lot of fun watching Tyrese Maxey step up to the plate. The back and forth with Ja Morant and Tyrese Maxey in the third and the fourth quarter, where they were just trading buckets, man. It was awesome. It was incredible. It tells me that Tyrese Maxey can be on that level. He can be on that level of player. That's what's scary about this. He can be on that level of player. He throws himself into the air, takes any type of contact, hangs in the air for what feels like 10 seconds, and hits the layup. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. What a player. But Tyrese Maxey, man, he can be on that level of player, man. He really can. Justin Holiday as a role player target. I mean, sure, why not? We can always use experienced point guards on this team. I don't know if I would call him a target. He could be like part of a package, right? Something like that. I mean, I'm not going to say no to another point guard on this team. I think that's the Sixers' issues every year, it seems like, is that we don't have enough guards. Every other team has 4 or 5 of them. Oh, that was you that got disconnected. My bad. Go ahead and call back, man. I'll take that as the last call. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Yeah, that was me that got disconnected, DJ.
Oh, there you go. All right, man. What's up?
Nothing, man. I just want to tell you congratulations on the channel and all that, like I said before. But I just wanted to call in and say, man, I just want people to stop saying that we'd trade Maxey for a Bradley Beal, a Damian Lillard. We're not taking none of them washed-up dudes that's on the way out, man. He's the future. He's untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Only way we doing an up-and-up trade for one of them is Ben Simmons. We're not including Maxey in nothing.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much on that. I'm pretty much on that level right now after what I watched tonight. I'm pretty much on that.
Exactly, man. That boy was incredible, man. He showed nothing but Lionheart, man. He took the challenge against Ja Morant, and I think Ja Morant got a whole nother respect for him now. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he wanted to wake the world up. So if they wasn't paying attention, they see us now.
He really did.
They see him. They see him for sure.
Yeah, he really did, man. He played at an incredible level. To go back and forth with Ja Morant like that was incredible. I agree, man. And, I think Daryl Morey likes him as much as we do because he refused to trade him before, and I think he's going to continue to refuse to trade him.
Right, and for him to be that age and not back down from that big stage, that's like, man, you don't see that often.
Yep. Yeah, it was awesome. I agree.
Yeah. But all right, DJ, man, I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna tune into the chat, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have much left, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a little under the weather today. I feel like I drug myself up here to do this. Luckily the game was exciting. It kept me awake. One more call. Why not? What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Hey, bro. I gotta say this team is just better without Furkan Korkmaz. Straight up, like they got it. I will pay for his fucking airplane ticket. Like they got to get his ass out of here now. Like any sort of return, a guy that's shooting 30% from the field and 28% from three, they got to get rid of him. Like, do you not agree with me here?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I don't know why he plays so much. Like that's the thing about it. Like I don't know why he gets so many minutes.
Oh no, I'm completely lost to that. I mean, he must have photos of Doc or something. Like he's got to know something.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Maybe the energy on this team was what it is, and part of it was because Korkmaz wasn't out there chucking up bricks and playing defense.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. He couldn't defend a guy he couldn't defend a training dummy. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Doc Rivers Doc Rivers loves him for some reason, man.
Oh, dude, he has a big chubby for Korkmaz, and there's no reason for it. I mean, you gotta get Isaiah Joe out there, like you said earlier, and I'd rather have B-Ball Paul out there because Paul Reed gives effort, man, and Korkmaz just doesn't.
Yeah, I just think Korkmaz doesn't give you enough outside of shooting. Like when he's ice cold, that's it. You have a bad defender on the floor now, and you're not getting anything out of him.
Oh, dude, he's ice cold. You're completely screwed. I mean, it's just because he is a black hole. Like he doesn't pass, and he takes these 35-footers, and he airballs half of them, and it's just terrible to watch.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You got to play Isaiah Joe over Korkmaz. You have to.
100%.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Later. All right. Korkmaz isn't a scrub. It's probably just the system. In the Olympics, he's a stud, so the talent is there. Well, here's the thing about the Olympics. You're not playing NBA players every night. You're not playing the best players in the world every night. I mean, you're playing the best players in the world, but the NBA are the best players in the world. That's why players come from other countries to America to play in the NBA. All of the best players in the world are in the NBA. So if a player looks a certain way in the Olympics, playing against a bunch of guys that aren't good enough to get in the NBA, like Olympic teams have one NBA player on their squad, usually, maybe two. Australia had like three this past year. But Matisse Thybulle looked amazing in the Olympics, and he looked like a different player than he looks like in the NBA. It's the NBA, man. It's a different animal. You know what I mean? Patty Mills looks like a superstar in the Olympics, man. No, Korkmaz is bad, bro. Korkmaz is terrible. It is what it is. It's okay to admit it, man. It's okay. It's all right, man. Kork isn't a scrub. They're just asking a lot of him. He just doesn't give you anything besides when he's hot. But when he's not, you're not getting anything from him, man. I think Maxey's play this season earned him the starting spot already. Oh yeah, he's definitely You're not like Maxey's the guy here. Maxey's Joel Embiid's number 2. Maxey's Joel Embiid's sidekick. It's not even Tobias Harris. There was parts of the game where we went away from Maxey and it was a lot of Tobias Harris ISO, and I think, he took a backseat to Tyrese Maxey at certain points. He'd bring the ball out and find Maxey and give it to him so he could run the offense from the top, and that makes me happy. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for coming through the live. Hit the like button on the way out. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm going to sleep. Run It Back Nation, you're the best. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. We're going to keep growing the channel, man. We're going to keep growing the channel.